We about to talk about this couple that a lot of people watched on TikTok. Not even on just TikTok, but YouTube too. I even seen them a couple times. The girl Kristy, I guess her name is Kristy Sarah. You looking at the page now, and it looked like she already updated her page. So it's looking like that they're actually single now because dude clips are now starting to show all over TikTok now. For some odd reason, you're starting to see that video surface as a single. But what's crazy is it looked like nobody out here is safe when it comes to relationships. One of the things that you notice is in these relationships today, nobody make it. I don't know what's going on in the wood. I don't know if it's something out here in the atmosphere, but it looks like when you see a good couple or a couple that look like they rocking out, they enjoying life, it's all a facade. It seems to be like smoke and mirrors. You see the couples do real good, and then all of a sudden they just skyrocket for popularity. Their couple goals, all these things in the world that got people saying, "Oh my God, I want to be like them." You know what I mean? As guys, we can see it, but at the same time, we don't try to hate. But you see a lot of women emulate or they try to emulate the same tactics, thinking that when they in a relationship, they can just rock out and put it all over social media. And then all of a sudden, you get surprised when you see certain things just don't quite go down like it's supposed to, or you think it's supposed to. And you see a couple like this that just, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I really thought they were gonna make it because I see them a lot and she's a funny female. But at the same time, just because people on social media popping and everything does not mean that everything is all sweet. Check this.
Desmond Scott has released a public statement after his ex-wife Kristy filed for divorce following his infidelity. In the statement, Scott accepts responsibility for his actions and addresses the impact on those around him. He begins by offering a direct apology to Kristy, their family, and anyone affected by the public attention surrounding the situation. He acknowledges the disappointment and pain caused by his behavior and admits his choices led to the breakdown of the marriage. Desmond Scott has released a public statement.
So when you look at their relationship, they already said that dude already put out a I'm not gonna say a report, but he already talked about that he asked for the divorce. A lot of times you'll see the female do it, but I can say this. At least he was a stand-up guy. To me, I think he was a stand-up guy. I see dudes online bashing him talking about, yo, man, that's crazy. Like you couldn't wait. And I sit back and I say to myself, a lot of times people gotta shut up. But this is what happens when you out here on social media a lot. You see a lot of people out here promoting things and they really not about that. And I get it. Real life, when you with somebody for a certain amount of time, sometimes some people just fall out of love. Not only they fall out of love, but they fall out of just being interested in you and they just don't want to be part of that same thing that they was promoting before. As couple goals. And a lot of times that all it takes is that one person to fall out of love. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Child, at this point, I don't believe in love after love. Okay? Do you believe in love after love? No, I don't. During Black Women's Day.
I'm gonna keep it real. I like her. I think her name is Woo. She can sing her butt off. Sing her butt off, but she is fake as they come. Y'all can do y'all research on her. She is fake as hell. I noticed that a lot of women right now are trying to bash dude. They talking to, like I was looking at the clips of a lot of people talking about this couple. And not only were they talking about this couple, but they was literally talking about how he messed that up. She beautiful. And this is the problem when I realize when it comes to men and women. Men don't look at women how women look at other women. For some odd reason, women look at women as, oh, she pretty. Why would somebody want to cheat on her? Why would they want to leave her? But for some odd reason, y'all can't comprehend common sense to know that the same way y'all can fall out of love with somebody, men fall out of love with y'all too, the same way. It's not the thing of whereas though we just tired of you and we just want to bash you. We don't want to do that. But sometimes we just lose that lust and that feeling towards you. And we feel like we just want to move on. It does not make us a bad person. This is why I notice we live in a world today where as though women think that the way they think is a reason, but the way men think, there's no reason to leave a relationship. At the end of the day, it has nothing to do with him being a good father. He already stated that he was going to still become a very active father, still in their lives, and still be doing that thing. But at the same time, it lets you know that when you're not on that same playing field, that same level no more, whereas though y'all coming home to each other, the gloves will come off. Will he feel that this is the part where I can say that if he don't know, he's gonna find out that when you're not in a relationship with somebody, that's two different people that you're gonna be dealing with. Two different people. For one, when you with somebody, they love you, they're gonna do anything for you. But if they can't have you no more, tables will turn and switch up on you. The life that you was living before will become chaotic. That person that you thought you was going to be able to co-parent with, you will find out and see through your own eyes and through these next previous weeks if you can really kind of come together and be able to co-parent with each other. You're going to find that out. You're going to find out if she's about that, and you will end up seeing that if she's two different people, which I believe she probably will be. But I don't know. They already said that she filed for divorce, and she ended up changing it to infidelity when they were supposed to do reconcile, I guess reconcile differences. I forgot how you say that, but who knows? This might be just he say she said rumors, but at the same time, this just goes to show you that relationships do not quite go down how they supposed to. Like, don't nobody really last anymore, and it's sad, man. Because matter of fact, like just look at this how this playing out.
Social media star couple Kristy and Desmond Scott are calling it quits, with Kristy filing for divorce, citing alleged infidelity. TMZ obtained the court docs out of Harris County, Texas, where Kristy cites this alleged infidelity for the reason for their split. She said it completely wipes out any reasonable chance of reconciliation. The paperwork says the two will soon stop living together as husband and wife, which is especially sad because they met at age 14, got married in 2014, and have 2 sons together. They built their brand on joint content videos showcasing family chaos, prank videos, and home renovations. Additionally, they own Meant to Be Films, a production company centered on wedding videography and storytelling, and it's unclear right now what will happen to this business post-divorce.
You know what's sad about this? It bothers me because I sit back and I say to myself, how you can end up building something with somebody, and then next thing you know, think about this. It ain't many people in this world that you can meet at the age of 14, grow with them as a young kid, not adult, a young kid, and grow to your 20s. I guess they around about 29, 30. I don't know their ages, but they've been together for quite some time, several years, a nice amount of years. So when you think about that, they never really had a chance to really have a life of knowing themselves. All they know is know each other. You know this for a fact because if you're 14 and you with your significant other and you're married to them and you had 2 kids, which means you grew with them, they seen you as a young pup, and then you grew up into a young adult, and now you a whole grown individual, grown woman, a grown man. And what tends to happen is somebody eventually will feel like, yo, I want to experience life to see what life is really like. And the sad part about that is this is not old ways. These are not old morals. This is where people starting to see what the world is like, but they're not really understanding what the single life is like till they actually go out there to single life. And then the sad part about this is you have a female that's right there with you, and you have a man right there that's trying to do his thing and be the family man, and they build the family up. But the problem is, all it takes is that one person to say, yo, what is life like single? They don't know what it's like to be single. So it's new to them. And not only new, but it's something, a phase that you feel as though you need to partake in. You'd be like, damn, I want to know what it's like to be with another female other than my wife, even though your wife might be pretty. And this is what women forget. But I'm not gonna say they forget. They don't, because a lot of women go through this too. It's just that when a man go through it, it's like he's wrong. But I get it. I get it why people mad, because she's somebody that has over, I think, 4 point something million people that subscribe to her. So you're going to see a lot of female that's pissed off about that. But at the same time, this is reality. This is how life really goes when it comes down to being in a relationship. And the sad part about being in a relationship today is that you do not know how things are going to pan out in the end. You just don't. And a lot of times when you see these relationships fail, I don't look at them as a failure. I look at them as it's a way for people to realize that they might have outgrown each other. They probably at a point where it's like, yo, I love you, but I can't do this no more. You know what I mean? I put it like this, man. I wish them luck, but it just goes to show you that relationships are no longer what they used to be. And I don't look at their relationship as a failure. Some people might look at it as a failure. I don't care who you are, it's not a failure. If you able to rock out with somebody that long, you still do have love for him. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure he don't hate her, but still not there, probably sexually or into that person that he used to be, because he had so much time with them and still young. That's another thing. So, you know, all right, yo, rock out. Watch this whole video, like and subscribe, baby. All right, y'all do your thing.